There it is. It's either the fountain of youth or the waiting pool of angry old men. There's only one way to know for sure, and we've got to stick the flag in if we're going to claim it. Glory and riches, glory and riches. All right, here we go. Yeah, kids these days with their music and their dancing, you get off my lawn before I stick a flag in you. Q&A. Fanmail. Friday. Let's do this. Dustin Boozerbanks. Hey, Cap. How are you? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? Foam Phoenix. RSCBs. Have you ever used one? No. Logan Kunkel. Dear Captain, would you ever consider running nothing but rocket launchers in a war? Absolutely. I now have 7 functional Titan rockets. That would actually make a really cool loadout. Ben Fultran. Do you think that the Spy Gear toys would have good use in a Nerf war? Yeah, actually, there's a number of Spy Gear stuff that are excellent. I've got 2 different rocket launchers now that were made by Spy Gear that are fabulous. And there's some other smaller ones. I think there was a wrist blaster, and I think I've got some Spy Gear night vision that actually works. So yeah, I mean, depending on the war, anything can be used as long as it's safe to use in the war. It really comes down to who's using it. Voidwalker. Captain, what is your favorite rifle, real, and Nerf? I don't have a favorite real rifle, and my favorite Nerf rifle is still the Stampede. Ford for Life. Are you an avid reader? If so, what is your favorite book series? I am an avid reader, and excluding Tolkien because that's just an unfair advantage, I'm a huge fan of the Dresden Chronicles by Jim Butcher. I highly recommend them. The Goldfish Wizard, which is an awesome name, has a bunch of questions. 1, what do you think of Heath Heel's Hammershot? I think it's awesome and lovely. And what other revolvers could you do it with? You could pretty much do it with any revolver, actually. If for those of you who are wondering, it's a break action Hammershot, so it breaks and you can take the cylinder out and swap the cylinder out. And there really, as long as you can get the rotation mech to engage correctly, you can do it with any revolver. 2, have you seen any Italian longswording? Yes. There are some very strange yet practical guards. What are your thoughts? I actually really like the style of the Italian longswords. Most of the training that I've done has been with German longswords, but there's the Italian longsword. The fighting styles are very, very similar because there's really only so many ways you can use a two-handed slashing sword. But the Italian swords, I really like the profile that they have. They tend to have the blade tapers the entire length and starts out a little bit wider. And I really like the guards as well because I like a good practical handguard. 3, salets, armets, bassinet, or bourgeonet. I prefer the salet, which is why I wear a salet when I fight. I do also like the look of the armets, though. Bourgeonets, I don't have any, but my lieutenant wears one. He has a gorgeous one that he uses for heavy combat, and I've never actually been a fan of the bassinet, so yeah. 4, I want to make some metal gauntlets. They will not be over 17 gauge steel because I can't heat anything up. Any advice? You can actually work up to 16 gauge steel without heating it up, as long as you're not trying to do really complicated work. But all of the armor that I've made is 16 gauge, and it's all been done cold, and is in 16 gauge, and it's armor quality. The real trick, of course, is cutting the metal. If you have the right tools, it's fairly simple. If you don't, it's a real pain. But the hardest part of making any armor, and especially gauntlets, is going to be the pattern. And the easiest way is I actually use cereal boxes to do my patterning, and then you just use brads, the brass brads that you can stick through and then bend open so it holds them in place like a rivet. And then you can make sure that everything moves correctly, and that material is it acts a little bit closer to metal than paper is going to. Paper is a little bit too flexible and isn't quite thick enough, so you don't really get a really good feel of how the plates are going to interact, whereas cereal box is a little bit thicker, and I find prototypes armor better. And 5, have you watched any of Studio Ghibli? Yes. If so, what are your favorites? Don't have one. Donald Grosh. Captain Xavier, on your next Q&A, would you talk about West versus Zombies? I do plan to do an entire video and probably a bunch of videos on West vs. Zombies. I really need to get the first teaser out. I will probably actually upload it tonight. And then that video will have all of the links to both the Facebook page and the website where you guys can get all of the information. It is going to be June 29th through July 1st, so it's the week after End War. And I'm very seriously toying with the idea of doing both, but that is a heck of a trip. But I think it might be worth it. More news on that. But yeah, I will get the teaser video on that out either today or tomorrow. We will see. Crow0920. Would Titan rockets made out of pool noodles be safe to fire at people? Absolutely. The trick is getting the fins right and the heads right. And I've yet to ever find a pool noodle that was the right inside diameter for Titan barrels, so you'd have to rebarrel your Titan. But yeah, that's perfectly safe. I've actually done it before, back before I had loads of Titan rockets. Oh, so close. Flame Face 11. Have you read The Martian? No. Hi, bro. Have you made a pump action raid blaster yet? No. Enderlock 124. Would you ever consider building an MP40 style out of a Kronos? No. Bennett Baldwin. Do you know if you can do anything cool with the Quick 16? How well does it shoot micros? The Quick 16 is unfortunately from the era of End Strike, so it is reverse plunger, so it's very difficult to actually modify. You can do a power stock mod with it, basically by instead of having with reverse plunger, the spring goes around the plunger and then compresses. If you then extend the back end of the blaster out, you can put a regular compression spring behind the plunger and essentially double up the spring. Wallcom, I know, was working on trying to put essentially Rampage internals into one to be able to make it direct prime or direct plunger, but I don't know that he ever got it to work. It's a finicky mechanism. You can run just regular elite micro darts in it. It's designed for the sticky-headed darts, which means that's why the magazine curves backwards instead of forward, because the head is larger than the body of the dart, and so they stack up that way. You can run regular darts in it, but it increases the likelihood of them jamming. But trying to get a hold of either Tagger darts or Whistler darts is more difficult because there aren't nearly as many off-brand sources for those, and they don't fly as well, obviously. So there's not really a whole lot you can do with them. I know you can paint them up, and they look lovely. I do know I've seen at least one person who took the built-in magazine off and put on a magazine well, so it just took regular magazines. So, I mean, that's an option. And then, of course, it'll take regular micro darts better. So, yeah, those are kind of the options. Fangstar Fang. Captain, I have 3 questions. 1, I have been researching the Firefly a lot recently. Is the Nerf Firefly a bullpup blaster? There is some debate on that. The term bullpup, a lot of people seem to think that just means really short. But technically, the term bullpup refers to any gun where the action takes place behind the handle instead of in front of, which doesn't necessarily make the blaster shorter. It makes it the potential to make it shorter. But if you then put a really long barrel on it, it's not going to be any shorter. But if the magazine or the actual chamber and all of that is behind the handle, then even though it's long, it's still a bullpup. And the Firefly, like I said, there's some debate. The cylinder is actually in front of the handle slightly, but the actual piston, the plunger tube and all that, is behind, which is really the action. So some would say yay, some would say nay. Ultimately, it's not really either because it's a Nerf gun, or a Nerf blaster. So, 2, I have a Sonic Series Barricade, and I was wondering, is it considered a rare blaster? Any of the colored ones, any of the Sonic series, the Clear series, the Red series, any of those are going to be slightly more rare because they tended to be exclusive to one store. So it's less common than the yellow variant, but it's not necessarily valuable unless you can find someone who's collecting that series. But that's true of anything. 3, being the proud owner of one Vortex blaster, the Vigilon, Could you do well with only Vortex in a Nerf war? Yes. The trick is, of course, getting ammo, because it's harder to find Vortex ammo. There are off-brand sources of it now, but it's still much more expensive than darts. And they're especially useful if you're at an indoor war, because every group I've ever run with, and this should be standard across the entire hobby, ricochets with Vortex count. So you can bounce it off of walls or around corners or off of the ceiling or what have you, and do fun trick shots that way. And everywhere, like I said, everywhere I've ever played, they allow ricochets with Vortex to account. And in outdoor wars, if you get really good at it, you can actually angle the blaster when you fire it so that the rounds will arc like a frisbee thrown at an angle, and you can then shoot around cover. And if you've got the big ones that hold lots of ammo, you can spam just an absurd amount of firepower, and they have a very erratic flight pattern, and it makes them really hard to dodge when there's a wall of them coming at you. If all you have is a Vigilon, it's going to be a lot harder because it doesn't have that high ammo capacity. I have run a Diatron in a pistol-only battle, and I actually managed to tag 2 people at the same time, one with each round. So, yeah, it can be done. You just, I mean, any blaster. I've seen people win rounds using nothing but a Tech 3. So, it really comes down to the person using it, whether or not it's going to be good. Harry Ruth. Can you possibly do a Hammershot Kronos integration, put a Hammershot handle on a Kronos? With enough epoxy, anything is possible. We have spaceships and self-driving cars and all of that. So, yeah, you could cut the 2 off and glue them together. Would it work? No, I don't think you would ever be able to get enough power using the Hammershot Prime to be able to fire a rival round with any speed. The spring mechanism that the Hammershot uses just is never going to be as powerful as even the stock Kronos. If you're just talking about the grip, or just cut off the grip and put the Hammershot's grip, yeah, obviously that would work. It'd just be a matter of gluing it on, and, you know, that would be peachy. E-Man R. Could you put a Strife's internals into a Rebel secret shot? Well, again, with enough epoxy, anything is possible, spaceships and all that jazz. But the Rebel secret shot is small, and in order to get all of a Strife's internals, you'd pretty much have to cut almost all of the secret shot off. So I don't think it would work well, no. And it would definitely still wouldn't be able to still fold. The size difference is just too much. John Harris. Hey, Cap. Would you try finding a way to use a modulus tri-strike missile launcher as an underslung grenade launcher? Well, really the only issue is that the hose is a little too short to reach on most blasters. And that's an easy thing to extend. You just need to take it apart and put in a longer hose, or splice in a hose using like irrigation joints, like I used on Tier when on Ire when I put a T-joint in there. They make just extender joints where you just connect 2 up, and you can make the hose as long as you need it to be. Which is something I wish they had made it just a little bit longer, because they made it to attach on the top, and it would have been much better to attach it below, because then you could have a sight or whatever else you wanted. I have done modular grenade launchers both by taking a Thunderblast and cutting off the handle and making it rail attached, as well as just cutting off the grenade launcher off of a Demolisher. A friend of mine wanted to do a cosplay using the Demolisher but didn't want the grenade launcher, so I cut the grenade launcher off for him using my bandsaw, and then I got to keep the grenade launcher, and I attached it to a barrel, so I can just attach it to any barrel and have, you know, a grenade launcher that will go on anything that takes a barrel attachment. So yeah, it definitely can be done. Nerf mods. How many pumps is recommended for a Titan? Enough? It kind of depends on what your pump is. So, I mean, if you're using the stock pump and it's old and worn out, it's going to take a lot more pumps. If you've got one that you've cleaned up the O-ring and all of that, you can do it in just a couple of pumps. The dual stroke bike pump that I have on Ire takes about 10 pumps to get fully pumped up. And it also depends on what you're launching. I mean, if you're launching a Titan rocket, you're going to need to pump it as much as you possibly want. If you've singled it and you're firing a Nerf dart, you can get away with much, much less, depending on how far your opponent is. So it really depends on the situation. Zero Agent. Where did you get the idea for your mask, and where did you get it? I probably got the idea from seeing a picture of the Army of Two, and I bought it on Amazon. So, all right. Ha ha ha! Take that. All right. I have a bunch of letters. I have a bunch of packages. Turns out one of the packages I picked up was actually in the wrong P.O. box, and I need to take it back. My P.O. box is 111515, and this was 111155. So, an easy mistake, but still not my package. And then I've got some notes from stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's get to the loot. All right, first things first. There were a couple of items that I got at Jared's Epic Nerf War that I forgot to bring up last time. At the event, a fan gave me a side strike holster, which was super cool because I didn't have one, and I did not know that they were actually ambidextrous, which is just one of those really things that Hasbro has been doing lately that I absolutely appreciate, that they make things left-hand friendly, which not everybody does, so I really like that. That was really cool. Thank you so much for that. I also got this nifty item. It is a laser engraved dog tag kind of thing. One side says everything's bigger in Texas, and the other side says Jared's Epic Nerf Battle 3, and it's in orange, so that was cool. We also, each of us got one of these really cool Arctic cups. One side says Jared's Epic Nerf Battle 3, and the other side were customized for us. Mine says Captain Xavier. So that is super cool, and I need to start drinking more hot chocolate just so I have some reason to use this, because I don't drink coffee, but... Alright, I also ran into a couple of kids who came to the Q&A, or not the Q&A, the meet and greet at Dave & Buster's, and wanted me to give them a shout-out, and I informed them that I only give shout-outs for people who send me actual packages, or letters, or something. And so they asked, well, could we just write you a note now and have you read it? And I said, that sounds perfect. So I got these notes. Dear Captain Xavier, can you shout me out? And my friend in our names are Blaze and Aaron. Well, Blaze and Aaron, it was awesome to meet you. Hi, Captain Xavier. I would like you to shout me out in your next Can It Take K26, Aaron. That'll be next week. I'll try to remember. My name is Aaron K. So, that was neat. Nice to meet you. Fabulous. Probably get shot by you at some point. Everybody shot me at that event at some point. Let's see. I think this was another note. Yes. Dear Captain Xavier, I don't know if this is the same Aaron. Sure doesn't look like the same handwriting. But anyway, dear Captain, my name is Aaron, and I love watching your videos. You are my favorite YouTuber, and because of that, I have decided to give you a few things. Inside this box, you will find a broken AirTech 1000. I mentioned that, and it had Skittles inside it, with a surprise inside. A weird red blaster that I think originally shoots paintballs. Mentioned that, and it is awesome. A Nerf dart. Shoots Nerf darts very well. Yep. I want to see if it can take a K26. I do too. I doubt it can, but I'm certainly going to try. A pair of very heavy springs. Oh, these springs were nuts. I don't know what they will ever fit in, but I'm going to try to put them in something. Minnesota quarter, because that's where I live. I used to live in Minnesota myself. Rush City is where I lived. A dart holder. Yes. Some Whistler darts in your colors. Yep. Where'd they go? They're around here somewhere. The air restrictor systems from a dual strike and a modular screwdriver. Yeah, the screwdriver was awesome. I think I put it in my vest because I had lost the screwdriver that I usually kept in it. Some treats for you. There was more Skittles and some Three Musketeers. It was fun meeting you at Jared's Epic Nerf Battle 3. I hope to see you again sometime. Aaron. There are also maybe a Lego set. There was a Lego set. It was a little Mars rover looking thing. It was very cool. All right. Very cool. Thank you so much for all the stuff. It was really cool to meet fans. It was weird. I felt like a celebrity. It was nuts. Okay. On to the letters. I've got 3 letters, 2 of which appear to have stuff in them. Dear Captain Xavier, thank you for your commitment to your channel, and I also have been mentioned before on the channel as King Kong Stupid Kong Caleb, which is one of my 2 YouTube channels. My other one is Starlord 1000. I have not yet posted any videos on my channels and would like some tips. I will post a video for you so you can give your opinion, and just know that when you go through hard times, I'll be there with you, and I will post a video for you to cheer you up, so keep up the great work. Sincerely, Caleb. P.S. Lego plus Nerf modular Nerf blaster that is customizable with Lego. I have seen the Lego Maverick. A customizable one would be fairly interesting. Getting one powerful enough to really fire a dart well wouldn't be impossible, but it would be tricky. The trick to YouTube is trying to kind of getting your feel. You're making it look relatively professional. Have an intro. For the longest time I had ridiculous intros, and I still have ridiculous intros, but I do at least have intros. A number of people have offered to make me more, fancy professional ones, but I kind of like the silly ones. Learn to edit your videos. That is a big thing, is don't just upload raw footage. Try to get some kind of decent lighting. Lighting makes a huge difference. Camera focus makes a huge difference. And doing something interesting. It doesn't necessarily need to be unique. But it needs to be something that people might be interested in watching. So that is my advice. Let me know if you ever do post anything. I would be happy to take a look. All right, next. This one has something in it. And a note. Well, I can't wait to figure out what that is. All right. Dear Captain Xavier, your sledgehammer blaster inspired me to start working on some shotgun-type blasters. This is the second prototype latch for one of the blasters I'm working on. I thought you might like it for your sledgehammer blaster, or it could serve as an inspiration for your designs. What do you use as barrel material for the sledgehammer? It's ABS pipe. I just found an ABS pipe that was just about the right size for hammer shot cylinders, and then just added a little bit of extra material on the inside and just glued in some plastic sheeting to tighten it so that they would actually hold in, and it seems to work. From Wade, that goof giving Ultimator rockets for Brett. P.S. Do you think anyone would like some homemade Titan rockets? If you do, could you send me some stuff like Titan barrels for fitting? A Titan versus Ultimator duel would be fun. I would be happy to send you a Titan barrel for fitting. Alternatively, you can just rebarrel. Most pool noodles will fit on various lengths of PVC, so you just make an adapter. There actually is one, I think, on Thingiverse that I need to print. That is an adapter that just threads onto the regular thread in a Titan barrel, and you can then rebarrel it for whatever you want. But I would love homemade Titan rockets. So yeah, get a hold of me and I will send you a Titan barrel because I have several sitting around. So yes, awesome, cool, very neat. And that is very, very cool. I like that. That is a much smoother release than the one I've got. I need to learn to mill aluminum, clearly. Because that would make a real quick release switch. Yeah. I will definitely try this on the sledgehammer and see if there's some way that I can make this work, because I really think it would. Thank you for that. That is awesome. All right, yeah, email me or ping me on Facebook or something, and we will talk about Titan rockets, because I have 7, but that's not nearly enough. All right, then. Next letter. There's a fish. Yeti Austin. It's somebody riding a giant fish. That's weird. Dear Captain, last time I went by Anonymous. My name is Maddie R. I loved the mod tips. Thank you. My friends and clan love it. By the way, I think you are an amazing YouTuber. I hope you get to be as famous as Jack and Mark from Maddes. RPS, hope you enjoy the sticker and could send me a strife I'm broke. Well, I love the sticker. I'll find something to do with it. And, ooh, he sent me a dart. It's always cool to get sent darts. Very cool. Maybe. Generally, my general rule is I don't give her out. I try not to give out too many free blasters because I have 50,000 fans, and if I tried to give them all a free blaster, I would be broke. And I'm not rich to begin with, so I will find something to put this sticker on because that is fabulous. and the dart. Thank you very much. All right, packages. One tiny package that weighs almost nothing, about which I am terribly suspicious, from a William Morris. The package contained a letter. So, let's see what's in here. This is a copper spacer for the Hammershot Street Revenge. It also works in the double shot. Forgive the spelling. I thought you would like it with your jewelry making experience. It's stronger than the 3D printed ones and cheap and easy to make with a flaring tool and pipe cutter. From Papa Goose, aka Bill Morris. Enjoy. That's apparently a goose feather. Well, alright. Oh, neat. So he's just used very small copper pipe that he's cut and then flared slightly so that it will engage with the spring. That is actually really clever. And yeah, it would be stouter than 3D printing and not that much heavier. Copper is a fairly heavy metal, but it's definitely lighter than the bolts that I usually use, and probably much cheaper to buy a huge length of this and just cut it at that many lengths. That is really cool. Thank you for that. I will probably start using that in future blasters that I'm doing that with rather than the springs. So very cool. Thank you very much. And I do have the tools to do that, so I do have a flaring tool around here somewhere. Right then. What's next? We shall look at this, because I'm curious. This comes to me from Ektomi Gwil. Open other end. Oh. I started on these around January 5th, 2018, but due to health issues, aka returning hernia, oh, that just sounds unpleasant, and job issues, I haven't been able to fix my printer, but alas, my dearest friend in foam, Valour, was able to get these printed. In return for this T-pull, all I ask is that you put up a link provided, check mail, also give, maybe boost Valour, Etsy link in email, your dearest tarantula hybrid, Ektomi Mao Gwil. Oh, sweet buttery goodness. So these are T-style priming handles for the Kronos. And he's made one for me, one for Walcom, and one for Brett, who sometimes wears a beret. And there is a war tomorrow that they should all be at. So, assuming we don't get rained out. That is fabulous. And it comes with the nuts to attach them. That is excellent. I will probably paint mine either orange or black and put it on my Now that's the question. Do I want to put it? I'll put it on my painted one rather than my Deadpool ones. That is really cool. Yeah. I will have all the links provided here. Valour on Etsy. He sent me an email that has all of the links. Oh, there's more. To install, remove the 3mm bolts. Place on slide with logo facing up. Mark holes located with a Sharpie. Drill and tap sides on dots. Replace the T-pull. Thread the bolts. The two largest should be in the back. Behold your handiwork. Use T-pull as guide. Bring instructions coming soon on Thingiverse. Sweet! So yes, I will have all the links for these. These are gorgeous. Very detailed. That's what's nice, is they didn't just make them, very boring in shape. No, they've got a neat logo etched into them. They've got the bolts are sunk. The handle has got all kinds of, ergonomics and is detailed and very nicely printed. Very solid. That is really cool. All right, I look forward to testing those, doing a video on testing those, and I will definitely get these to the other two guys. So, that is awesome. You are awesome. Next. Let's go this one. I don't know if this is fan mail or if it is part of a late birthday present, but we will find out in a moment. So it is a fake cigar that apparently lights up when you put it in your mouth. Cigars do. Anyway, I usually have a Nerf dart in my mouth to look like a cigar when I do HVZ, and I actually have gotten a tag with it once. I was switching magazines, and a zombie rushman had just spit the dart at him and pegged him right in the chest. And they were so shocked they decided to take the hit. I wouldn't have counted it, but they're like, no, I'm counting that. It totally hit me. I'm good. And yeah, it was hilarious. So yeah, that's really neat. So yeah, now I've got a proper cigar that lights up and everything. Can't spit this at a zombie though, but looks a lot more like a cigar. Got the ash on the end, and yeah. The sticker will probably not last, but yeah, that is really cool. Whoever sent me that is cool, and I will add it to my HVZ gear because reasons. All right. Tastes horrible. All right, we're gonna go with this one. No idea what it is. All right, well that was actually Lytake swag, so that will be revealed in another video. So, let's look at this little one. Suspicious. Sounds like happiness. Greetings, Captain X. This is just a small package of a few things I randomly picked up and figured that you and Walcom might enjoy them more than I. I enclosed a few packages of Sweet Heat Skittles I told you about. Share or don't share. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you all for your help and advice with answering my questions. Your friend, Stalwart Hero. Sweet Heat Skittles. Fruity flavors with a spicy kick. Well, in general, I'm not a fan of spicy foods, but I will try anything. Ooh. Some of the Pirates collectible card stuff. I do, in fact, collect these, and I don't know that I had that shark. What ships do we have here? The USS Kentucky and the HMS Ricketts. And Strix. Oh, I don't know that I had any of those. That is really, really cool. I used to collect all of these. I still have a ridiculously large collection. And more Skittles. So yes, I will definitely bring these to the war with me to let my friends try. If I turn out I don't like them, I'm sure somebody there will be a fan. Walcom will probably love this. He is a fan of tiny Gundam models. I don't know if this is his style or not, but I'm sure he will not stick his nose up at it, so I will bring that to the war and give it to him. Most excellent. Thank you so much. I look forward to looking at those ships and seeing what their specs are, because that was always fun. All right, another big one. This one I don't think is so much fan mail as a request for repair. You may recall I built an Alpha Trooper build in exchange for my 95 crossbow, and apparently it had some issues. Let's see what we got here. Aiden Smith, Chaylo. I put what we talked about in this box, plus a few late birthday gifts. Cool. Make of them what you will. I know that a thrift store lightning stock is included. Oh, see, now these are... I recently finally found one of these, but they're really, really cool. Now I've got two, and I don't feel bad about doing stuff with them. As well as a few minifigs for my collection. I included a Praxis stock. I'm including a regulator handle barrel thing, as well as a regulator barrel. I also included a minimized retaliator stock. Ooh. I have included the Demolisher we talked about, as well as its stock. I also have a few questions. Firstly, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? I believe it's approximately 20 meters per second. That's not true. Firstly, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? You're African or European? Second, are you a car enthusiast? Not really. Third, when are you guys hosting another Fort Warden War? We recently did Fort Flagler. I don't know when we will do Fort Warden. We generally do those in the winter because there aren't any tourists in the winter. And if we do it in the summer, then the place is crawling with tourists and they don't like getting shot. Fourth, as it is my new primary, what upgrades do you recommend for the modulus regulator? I also included a scrapped blue strife that I found in a thrift store, as well as a donor strife to repair it. Repair it, scrap it, I don't care. Bring it having it back would be nice, but I'm not expecting it to be salvageable. I will leave you with my Nerf group's rally cry: live with honor, die with glory. Sincerely, Aiden. P.S. Yes, I did this thing in Comic Sans. Yep, he did. All right, so let's take a look in here. So I get to keep the stocks, which you can never have too many stocks. We have some barrel attachments. Love barrel attachments. You know how I feel about all things modular. All of the modules in all of the land. We have... Oh, okay, yep. Minimized, or at least slightly reduced. Can never have too many stocks. Oh, I don't know that I have too many of this particular scope. Okay, and then we've got two strifes. One I assume is working and one isn't working. Should not be a problem to... Interesting. That is not the original door. Fascinating. Looks like somebody's been into this one before. So yeah, I'll get both of these opened up. This one I assume works just fine. I just need to put batteries in it. And if this is the one that isn't working, it shouldn't be a problem to open it up. I have stock internals that I've pulled from blasters that I've upgraded, or I could upgrade it. We'll see. But strifes galore. Strifes are lovely. The Demolisher. Lovely. Lovely. Interesting. Oh, what do we got Lego-wise? We got a shark and a cop with old dude hair. Sweet. And then last but not least, we have Dodsetter, which is the Alpha Trooper that I built for him. That apparently is having issues. My guess is that the AR has blown its brains out from being dry-fired too much. So we'll probably just end up taking the AR out entirely, and that will probably solve that issue, and I'll get that sent back to him. We'll see what we can do about that strife. I've been meaning to start a new Nerf series called Nerf from the Ashes, where I take dead and abused blasters and repair them. I did one on a strife that was recently given to me. Actually, it was given to me a long time ago. Somebody sent me a strife to repair. It had been left out in water. Everything inside was rusted and corroded. So I replaced the internals with the internals from a Hailfire that I had upgraded. And it worked perfectly now, but I have no idea who it belongs to and how to get it back to them. So, it could have been anybody. But I'll do the same thing with this one, pop it open. I also wanted to do it on that Raven I found at a Goodwill outlet that was in horrible condition. So, definitely an awesome trade. Yeah, I'm more than willing to get this one working for you and probably send them both back. I mean, I won't need to take the guts out of this one. I'll be able to find my own parts. So yeah, you'll get them back. Don't worry about that. And then I get to keep all this other swag, which is fabulous. So, barrel attachments for days, stocks for days. Awesome. All right then. Running out of room with all this loot. Okay, we've got another super cool box. Look at that. All black and with my symbol painted on it. So cool. This is coming from a James Barr. And I have no idea what's in here anymore. I'm sure I should know, because I'm sure we've talked about it. But I don't remember. Getting a pretty cool collection of awesome boxes now. Alright. There's a note. Remove this only after reading note. Spoilers. Look at that. He's drawn a Recon, a Jolt, an Ultimator, and a Maverick. All the classics. Another one of these awesome Stampede cards. Again, Zazzle.com. Captain Xavier. Captain of literally all Nerf. In this package, I have enclosed an Ultra... Wait. Did you think I would say Ultimator? You better believe I did! Go ahead, take a look. All the other stuff is separate notes, so you can go through in the long wait. No, seriously, what are you still doing reading this? Just look already. Jimmy. No. Look at that. That's what that's for. Okay, this is just the coolest box I've ever gotten. Okay, I need to clear the table so that you guys can see this properly. This box deserves full attention. Alright, so... the Captain Xavier Ultimator package. Look at that. That is cool. I will be keeping this box forever. Alright. Package contents number 6. Nope. Oh, whoa. Le Ultimator beat-up rocket. We have one beat-up Ultimator rocket with the fins thrashed, but fins can be repaired. This actually isn't in as bad a condition as the other one, I think. And the other one, let me go grab the other one. The fins on the other one are in slightly better condition, but the foam itself was cracked and had holes in it. But it still fires. I was able to fire it off of fire, so now I have 2 Ultimator rockets. Now that rocket-only loadout is definitely becoming a thing. Okay, Le Ultimator rocket. Care package contents number 1. We will start. Apparently, we're starting with the big one. The Ultimator. I know, we haven't finished negotiating the trade for this lovely thing, but I just couldn't wait. I knew that no matter what we agreed on, I was going to end up in your hands. The list for the trade has shrunk a little bit, I think. Also is enclosed. I know you don't have most of the items, but it's okay. Just send them to me as you acquire them, and I'll be happy. If you could read the list while you're in here, the box, so you can tell me if the list is acceptable on camera. I know you already have my contact information, but I put it on the inside of the box so you can have a hard copy, and all in all, one place. Turn over. Oh. Balls. I also put a couple of things that I want to talk about, discuss with you on it too. I don't really recommend it, but if you decide you want to paint the Ultimator, I have an idea for a gear-up style paint job that I think you would like. Let me know, contact me via email. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I can be as bad as Walcom or even Coop. You think you've got problems, you should listen to me. It has been a pleasure. Unfortunately, the small box that is hopefully coming to you next time will be the last package I am sending for a while, as I am start saving for college. You, sir, did a magnificent job of taping it to keep it safe. All right. See, I had seen this in action. It showed up in one of my first HVZs. Somebody had one. But I never actually wielded it, and I assumed that it was that this was a pump. But it's actually a ratchet. This thing is in fact a springer. A massive, massive, obscene, and powerful springer. Alright. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully it doesn't die horribly. Oh, that thing needs new fins. It came out sideways. Jeez, that thing sounds mean. All right, well, let's dig in. Number 2. Care package 2, target blaster 2, the Fury Fire. This is the second custom-made target blaster for you. To join the Stormfire I sent you last package, it has been modified, of course, with the Legend Fire spring, seal improvement, AR removal, and of course, the handle's wrapped with friction tape. The Legend Fire spring didn't seem to improve the performance at all, but it made it a little tougher to prime. But at least I tried. I hope writing on the separate notes helps with unboxing to make it more enjoyable, since I can put more detailed info on each one, and you can read each one as you unbox them. Anyway, rambling again, enjoy! I really like the multiple notes. I think that's cool. Alright. Oh, yeah! It's actually really comfy having the tape. I do it on some less. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it hits a whole lot harder, but this was never a particularly powerful blaster to begin with, but it's in my colors. It's one of the reasons I chose those colors. Also because I was lazy and it was easy to just paint everything but the orange stuff black, and then your colors are black and orange. And then lots of stuff shows up in those colors. So, yeah. Very nice. It will go in the collection, definitely, because it's in my colors. It belongs on my wall. Contact info. Good. 5, 3. The target. This is a stinger target, I believe, from the Dart Tag Stinger set that with that really cool jolt thing. Apparently the set is rare. I only found a few on the UK part of eBay. I only paid $1.19 for it at Goodwill. That usually is quite expensive. For example, anywhere from $8 to $12 for a strong arm and $14 for a lonely long shot. The target just happens to be in your colors. As for the target blasters, I have been sending you. Sweet! Yeah! Look at that! It's a target for tagger darts. And it has an arm for popping up, or you can hang it on your wall. I am hanging this in my bedroom, right across from my bed, and then I'm going to keep the blasters that he's given me in my room with tagger darts so that I can shoot at this first thing in the morning just to wake myself up. That is cool. Love it. You, sir, you are classy. All right, number 4. Package contents number 4. A messenger pistol, because why not? I don't need it or really have a use for it, plus there's not really my thing. Though they're pretty great. Yes, and actually, I needed another one because I owe one to a fan. If you're watching this, Ryan, you know who you are. The Messenger is an awesome blaster. The only thing I don't like is the handle, but that can be dealt with. But there are other options that are just as powerful. The Luminate and the Dauntless are also 3-round AR and have more comfortable handles. But they take K26 and are a beast. Awesome, awesome blasters. All right, number 5. More Hillman number 62 springs. 3 to be exact, because why not? Good point. Yeah! So I believe these are, in fact, a good upgrade spring for the any of the Hammer Prime blasters, because they're the right size. And they're slightly different sizes. There's 3 different sizes there. But yeah, you can cut them to whatever length you need, and they will work beautifully. So awesome! Yes. Love materials. Where'd it go? Alright, package contents number 6. The last one. The stencil. Here's the original stencil. I made this for this specific, very special package. It was not been cut, so you can enjoy it. And I thought it looks too cool. By the time I was about halfway through making it, I didn't really have any use for it. So here it is. Frame it, hang it up if you wish, or do something ridiculous with it. Enjoy. Oh ho ho ho. Look at that. That is lovely. The Captain Xavier Ultimate Care Package. It's got all those little notes. Yeah, this is getting framed and put on a wall somewhere. That is just entirely too cool. That is awesome. I remember learning this kind of writing and drafting. Was never particularly good at it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's going somewhere special. Alright, well this is the Ultimate Care Package, as it said. The Ultimator Care Package. This is the coolest care package I think I've ever got. I mean, just look at that. That is just neat and classy and awesome, and I love it. And I have an Ultimator now, and rockets. That's the hard part. I know folks with Ultimators, most of them don't have rockets. I'm pretty sure Lance got a rocket with his. But now I've got 2. Where are my rockets? That is awesome. I now have absolute positive confirmation that I have the coolest fans. Not only because of all of the clear evidence, but we got to talking about it at Jared's Epic Nerf Battle. Me and Coop and PDK Films and Drac and Aaron Esser. And their fans don't send them the cool kinds of stuff you guys send me. A couple of them got some stuff when they were there, but nobody got like a flame hydro-dripped Sweet Destiny, and nobody gets sent Ultimators and Titans and all of that. So I know that I have the coolest fans because I've had it confirmed by the big channel. So you guys are awesome, and you are the reason that I keep doing all of this and why I continue to try to make my channel more educational and more useful, because I love teaching and I love learning, and when I go to try to teach things like the wiring diagrams for stuff, I end up learning more. The stuff that I learned about how the Rapid Strike works just from trying to do the diagram for you guys, really improved my understanding of it. I can now actually teach it to somebody, which I really couldn't before. So that'll be coming out on Monday. And I've got some fun builds in the works. Out of Darts and I are collaborating on another big build together. He's doing his version, I'm doing my version. It's going to be amazing. Another local Nerfer contacted me and said, hey, I want to do some stuff that hadn't been in contact with us before. And so I'm hopefully meeting him on Wednesday, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, big stuff coming. Somebody mentioned in a comment that they want to see more of the weird stuff that I did early on, and I definitely want to do that now more as well. So I've got some plans for some neat builds that will hopefully be coming down. This is awesome. And I'm with you. I will probably keep this stock just because it's so cool. If I ever get another one, which I find very unlikely, that one I would paint in my colors. But this is one of those blasters that you leave the way it looks, especially since the sticker is in such remarkably good condition. It's got a little damage, but for the most part, it's in excellent condition. So, that is awesome. Okay, I'm going to go get this edited so I can have dinner and get it posted before gaming. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much for watching. I found the trade list items. He asked me to read it off. So, one clear drum magazine, 35 round drum magazine. I might have one. I know I had one, but I painted it so that I could reverse it. But I should be able to, I'll bet the curator has one that I might be able to trade for. One clear Raider stock, same thing. I know I don't have any, but I'll bet the curator could probably help me with that. One Sledgefire shell. I just want to shoot my Sledgefire. It just stares at me in my room all lonely with no one to play with. Again, don't worry about having this stuff on hand. Just send it to me when you can. This is the Ultimate or Ultimator Care Package Box CC. Push please rate. Experience in the back of this note. I'm going to go with 12. Yeah, 12. I will find you these items. They can be found, I know. I'm sure the curator has those first two, and if not, I will find them somewhere else. And Sledgefire shells, I can definitely give you a stock Sledgefire shell, and I can also print you a single Sledgefire shell, because I have the STLs for that. So, you shall get shells, and you shall get your clear items, sir, because you, sir, are awesome, sir. Alright, I'm off.